What's up everyone, it's Oz, aka Jay, back again with another video for you guys. Today we're going to talk about Skull and Bones and is it actually worth playing. Now if you don't know what this game is, basically it's the new IP developed by Ubisoft Singapore. It's the spiritual successor to Assassin's Creed Black Flag if you played that game. If you haven't, all you need to know about this game is it's its own IP now, so it's not exactly like that title, but the cool thing about this game, I believe, is it has a lot of potential for a competitive environment. As you see on screen, it's the 5v5 PvP mode. Basically, all you need to know about this game, if you haven't heard of it at all, is you play as a pirate ship and you're shooting at each other, you craft your fleet, you loot enemies, and you assist your allies. And the cool thing about this game, to me instantly that I realized, and when I saw the developers talking about it, was they were talking about the wind and ocean variables and the dynamic environment. Also the fact that you have to know about positioning, and it takes a lot of time to develop that, and teamwork definitely comes into the picture, ganging up on other ships. As soon as I heard about looting some foes and crafting my team, I was right on board. I think it'll be a lot of fun just looking at the gameplay. I want to give it a try. I think a lot of people do as well. But the main drawback for a lot of people is that you can't actually board the enemy's ships, so if you're thinking of going Jack Sparrow on these fools, think again. A little extra info, this game releases in 2018, but the question does get asked, is it even going to be worth playing when it comes out? Because what you see now is the basis of what the game is actually going to be. It's not really going to have many changes from here. Regarding the single player, there will be a focus on that apparently, but they haven't revealed any serious details about it. In my opinion, I think a lot of people will just skip this game, to be honest, and the main reason they'll skip it is because you can't board enemy ships and you can't, you know, be the infantry aspect of it. I think that will throw a lot of people off for the same reason that some people just don't play War Thunder because you can't play as the infantry. To me, this is a totally different IP in comparison to what Ubisoft has been going for in the past, and I think that's a good idea. It's a good idea to always spread your palette, like I have with my channel, certainly. I remember I used to play always just Battlefield, post-Battlefield videos all the time, and the problem with that is it gets boring after a while, and it becomes repetitive, so I can definitely see why Ubisoft is going down this path, and it only makes sense as it is, again, the spiritual successor to Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I know how I'm going to play this game. I am going to be looting enemies out the wazoo. I will be assisting my allies just to turn on them later on. No, I will not do that. I'm going to be the good guy in this game. I'm going to be the good guy. I'm probably going to get screwed over, but that's fine. I want to build my team up, my crew, and it should be a good time. If you want to try this game out for yourself, there will be a testing period, although there hasn't been a time where it's been specified when we're going to be able to try it out. That obviously will come later, but there will definitely be a time period where we'll try it out in the beta. But yeah, I thought it was a fun little game. I saw the trailer at E3, I've seen some gameplay, and it looks pretty fun to me. I think I'd like to give it a try. The whole aspect of teamwork and knowing how to position yourself, bringing in aspects of the wind and the ocean into it will add variables to each game, so not every game will be the same. And I think that could be really cool to try out. But I think there's a lot of people who just won't give it a try. It's for the same reason that Rocket League wasn't very popular at launch, because the idea of knocking around a ball with a car sounds absolutely ridiculous, right? But in practice, it's a really fun game, so this definitely has the possibility. I'm not saying, you know, oh, here comes the next Rocket League, the next super game, but you never know. You definitely never know, and I will keep an open mind, and, you know, when there's so many AAA titles coming out that are very same-ish, when I see something different, I'm instantly attracted to it. Time for the question for you guys in the comments. What do you think this game's gonna be like? Do you think that Skull and Bones is even worth trying, or are you instantly put off because it's just a war of ships? For me, that doesn't really put me off at all, because it's not trying to be a shooter. It's not trying to be that. It's just trying to be a ship combat, naval combat type game, and take elements from Black Flag, certainly. But again, it's a totally new IP, so it's not to be confused with Black Flag at all. I quite like the change of pace that this game provides, and really, again, like I've been stating, that I'm willing to give it a try, and I can't wait to actually get my hands on it to give you guys a proper opinion when it comes to the gameplay, because in theory it sounds good, but even in theory a lot of people won't bother playing it, and a lot of people won't even bother trying it. To me, you have to keep an open mind and give this game a go, just even if it's just for the beta, certainly, and wait for the reviews before you do anything. But yeah, to sum this up, the game releases in fall of 2018. The beta will come probably a month or two before that. And yeah, there you go, guys. By the way, be sure to follow me on Twitter. The link is down below. Constant video updates on there for you guys to check out. I post a bunch of dank memes, so you better hop on there. And no, it's just really video updates, so if you're interested in that, be sure to check it out. I think that most of you guys who are my biggest supporters are over there on the Patreon, which I really appreciate as well. But if you're not on there, my biggest supporters are definitely on Twitter and Facebook. That is the way to go if you want that extra content and you just want to hear what's going on in my life. But besides all that, a little bit of clarification. You are able to actually board the enemy ships, but it is an automated process, so you're not actually boarding the ship and attacking as yourself. You're not playing as the infantry. You just see a animation as you see on the screen. But the cool thing about Skull and Bones is the wind elements that constantly change the way the ships are moving around, and constantly intertwines with the location of the rocks, which can give you cover. Those elements can equal a dynamic game and can equal something different every single time you play. And it also has a skill curve. You have to develop your skills, and that is something that a lot of AAA games just don't do nowadays. And because it is its own IP, I see it being around for a few years, so you're going to actually be able to develop your skills over time. You're not going to see a Skull and Bones 1 year later, meaning that you have to completely learn the maps all over again. This is a game that will start off very low in popularity and then grow over time if it is any good. If it is going to be as good as what Ubisoft is hyping it up to be, then it will be a slow burner, but over time, maybe 6 months after release, it will be super popular, and I think that it has its own unique fan base that it could tap into. And I think because Ubisoft has done its market research and can see this type of game would be successful, and they've planted it on Ubisoft Singapore, we'll have to see if it can live up to the expectations of Ubisoft and the expectations of fans who've been waiting for a pirate game. Because if you think about it, there aren't really that many about, are there? So I'm looking forward to trying it just based off the fact that it's something totally different that we haven't seen from a AAA title in a very long time. And yeah, that's basically my thoughts on it. Let me know yours in the comments section below. I'll be very curious to see what you guys think. What I think a lot of you guys will say is, what is this game? First of all, I don't think it's had a lot of publicity at this point, but I'm making this video to give it some, and I want to, you know, let people know about there is other things going on. And for me personally, I'm struggling to find games to play, especially AAA titles. I'm constantly switching basically between Battlefield 3 and Rocket League. Those games are years old at this point, and I need something new to latch onto, and I think there are a lot of people in that same boat. Pardon the pun, but there are a lot of people in that same boat. Anyway, enough rambling from me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely enjoyed making it. If you enjoy these type of commentaries, be sure to subscribe to this channel if you're new. If not, leave a like on this video so I know to make more like the one you've just seen. Just want to give a quick thanks to Lugus Gaming for recommending this video to me. Shout outs to you, brother. This video wouldn't have been made without his recommendation on Patreon. If you have any videos you want me to make, be sure, like I mentioned earlier, to check out the Patreon and consider donating to it, and you will get a video on my channel covering whatever you want me to cover in regards to a game. I can't be covering certain things, okay? Let's keep it in the realms of responsibility, in the realms of an actual game. But with that being said, I'll just let y'all think about that, how you want to think about it. But with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, share, subscribe, and peace.